Hello and welcome to C5 tonight on once again this week we are at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. A lot of drivers home track I should say, and I'm sure we will see the exact same difficulties with overtaking as we have throughout this week, but again hoping for another good race tonight. So as people are going on their out laps, I'll go on board with Mad Max and just ride a little bit through the standings. In first place in this league, on got a bit of a demanding lead at the moment, is Nikita with 60 points. He's 19 points ahead of Mickey and the Ferrari, still in the pits at the moment, who is on 41, and then it's quite close behind with Russell for Manor as a reserve, Mad Max, who we're on board with, in fourth, and Maverick with 35 points in fifth in the McLaren. So we got a close battle for second, similar to C4 actually last night. Let's see if what can happen with catching up Nikia. But we've got Madtrix, who's started his flyer. Let's see how the Haas driver can go. Going down this fast, flat out section to and I'm now into the main part of the second sector where there's a lot of drivers can make a lot of time, but can also, as we've just I think seen there, lose a lot of time. But we'll see how Madtrix goes. So he's coming out to the end of the lap with the banks straight. He has a little bit of a slide through there, a bank corner onto the main straight, and it's a 111.5, but we had Fifi coming through with a 110.7, had a much better lap, and Mad Max just behind with practically the same time, just a couple of hundredths down. And Alex in the McLaren puts on a good time of 110.2, and Lowry in the Renault of 110 flat. Let's try and catch a fast lap. Showcrime put in a time. Maverick, oh, and Laza does jump into the pits. Kappa maybe on a fast one. Maverick put in a time on the mediums, which is not strange. I think a lot of the top guys, oh, and there's a big mistake for Kappa, so I don't think we'll see him finishing that lap. Mickey's on an out lap, but he's coming around to start a flyer, so maybe we'll watch this one for the Ferrari driver. Yeah, so we're on board now with Mickey. Just starting that first sector, got a good run through turn 1. It's really this banked corner as well sometimes can be a difficult one, easy to take too much road. Flat out again is Mickey. Lifts a little bit, just like you have to do to keep it on the road. first major braking zone of the second sector into the hairpin corner, keeping it tight but not too tight to get a good run onto the back straight. Purple in this sector, so let's see how he does. And Mickey now coming onto the main straight, and he puts in a time that puts him into third place, a 1:10.3 pretty much. Nail Boy in the Mercedes, almost said McLaren for some reason, in the Mercedes, nearly finishing his fast lap. Let's see the time he can pull off. Looks like it'll be a quick one. It's going to be a pole. It's the first to go under the 110 mark, and 1:09.8 for Nail Boy. Nikia, the championship leader, on his outlap. Russell in the pits. iStreams, who I believe is on the wheel tonight, unusually on pad, so we'll see how he does. Hopefully he can still put in a decent, runs wide there, is struggling. Hopefully get used to it quickly and put in a decent performance tonight. It's going to be difficult if he doesn't qualify well though. Okay, Nikia, the championship leader, on his fast lap. Actually takes the corner there completely flat out. Lifted, I think, a bit earlier than usual. Or did he lift at all? I didn't quite notice. But runs the hairpin wide, but cuts back in, gets on the DRS. Probably one of the weirdest and most awkward corners in that braking zone into that hairpin. Then one of what I think I really enjoy this corner, this banked corner to finish the lap into straight. And where does he go? He beats Bogorowski, his teammate, and goes into 7th, but is 9/10 off of pole. Waza has invalidated his fast lap. Kappa hasn't though, and he comes through and puts it on pole. He goes with a 1:09.6, still 9 minutes left though. Alex in the pits, Lore, is on a slow. Who's he letting pass? Maybe we could see. Is this Waza going for another quick one? Oh, he's went wide there again. I wouldn't think it was quicker, but he's still invalidated his lap. He's struggling around Zandvoort tonight. Got Malco in the Williams. See what he can do here. He's going to need a big improvement to improve in his position, and he doesn't quite improve. It's 200 down. Bogorowski on a fast one. He runs wide though out of the corner and invalidates the lap. Was slightly down on his fast. Show crime clearly slow. He's got Maverick. No, it isn't Maverick. I thought it was a McLaren with the mini-map. Maverick, who's actually slow right now, I think, so Nicholas went for another fast one, but cut the curb and almost spun it. He's managed to save it, but he'll certainly have lost time there. Apparently not, he's still 3/10 up, so the lap must have been quite good to the point where he had that little spin. It's on the curb again and runs wide through the last corner, so he'll be diving in the pits. Magtrix, I think he's just starting a fast lap. We've got Alex as well, who's also just starting a fast lap. I think we'll stick on board with Magtrix as he's further around. I love how the corners seem so swooping and quick around here, on board and off board. It's actually a very good track to watch. Especially in qualifying. It's a difficult one to get right. In the race we'll just see how hard it is to actually race around the track. So Matrix, I think this will just not be an improvement. Alex is coming into the pits. So we have the racing point of Fifi out, slightly on the grass there. Managed to keep it. No, he doesn't manage to keep it. And he spins around, and that'll have took a front wing off. And Mad Max is also coming out. Mad Max Taylor coming around. Thought that he had just about saved that, but overcorrection really, I think, managed to have him hit the wall twice. But lucky for him, if he can get back to the pits, he'll still have another go. He can still have another go. That didn't take a wheel off or break anything major, which is lucky. But hopefully he can get, yes he does, it gets out of the way of the Mercedes that we're on board with. Sixth place, let's see. That banked corner, do love it. DRS on, and let's see the time. Oh, that's a big improvement, up to third, just behind his teammate. Kappa is on pole at the moment with a 109.6. Mad Max in third. Let's see, Waza's coming to set a time which is only good enough for 14th. He's got enough tyres left, he should be able to have another go. Either on this set or pit and get another. Russell's still in the pits, yet the only person yet to set a time. I think Bob Grossman might be on a fast lap. I think so anyway. We're coming down the flat out section. Got a yellow in front of him, hopefully. Yeah, Waza gets out the way and takes out some brake boards with it. And keeping it very tight to the hairpin, to the apex, is Bogorowski. He's a 10th and a half up. See how he does through this final complex of corners. Not too much time you would think to make up in that final sector, but let's see the time. He made up for about 4/10 and went into 7th place with a 1:10.3. Good lap there for Bogorowski. Waza, the Vettel of Ferrari. That's a bit harsh, I think, on Waza. So we'll go on board with Nell Boy. Through the flat out, he's trying to capture the pole position from Kappa, and he's not a second and a half, a tenth and a half up in the first sector alone. Won't quite get him there, but let's see how his second sector goes. He's now on that back straight. That's the purple sector, and now he's almost 3/10 up. That would put him on pole position. But unfortunately he runs wide in the final corner where he can run wide, and he dips into the pit. Oh, that's a big shame for Nell Boy. That could have been a pole position as Kappa is coming out. Half a second up is Alex. Oh no. He's half a second up, and he's put it in the wall, maybe distracted with Ice Streams, who was on the other wall, at the other side. That's a strange one. I think maybe distracted with Ice Streams being in the wall at the other side. But that was certainly going to be a push for pole. Nicky has made a mistake, I think, and he's going slow. Maybe he's going to try and get back round again. Let's go to last. That was a slow one. Fifi's made a mistake, almost does the same as what Alex did, but caught it. Mad Tricks is quicker, but has ran off in the flat out section. He was 4/10 up, and he's reversing. Oh god, that was close. It must have been lower. I thought it was lower. Must have been going that speed and almost clipping a stationary car. That would have been a massive incident, but manages to avoid it. As is tired from the session. The Renault driver coming to the end of his final lap. And this looks like it's going to be quick. It is. It takes up to second. Kappa's going quicker too. It's 2/10 up. Don't think anybody is able to challenge at this point. Maybe we'll see what Mickey's time is. He's actually invalidated, so we'll go back to Kappa, who, when we went off board, managed to invalidate as well. But Ice Stream's still out there, but he's now going quite slowly. Must have made a mistake. See with the turn then, he's really struggling, I think, on the wheel. Yeah, so yeah, he's in the pits, and it's essentially over. I don't know if he got that slowed in time. Yeah, I think everyone's done what they can too. Laura almost stole the pole at the end, but couldn't quite beat out Kappa with his 109.6. Good lap around Zandvoort, which could have been picked by Alex. I think being so far ahead of his lap in sector 2. I they got a good sector 3. I think he could have took that pole position, but unfortunately lost it into the wall. As I said, might have been slightly distracted with ice streams being in, on the other side on the wall. He managed to lose his suspension. Unlike, I believe it was Fifi earlier who managed to not hang on to it, but he managed to just about survive it. I do hate waiting for the timer to run out. Everyone's done. Why can't the game just end qualifying and be done with it? But that's how the game works, so we have to wait 2 minutes for no good reason. And now we get to go through the grid. So we've got Kappa in first, Lord in second, Nellboy in third, Mad Max Taylor starting fourth, Nakia, the championship leader, is fifth, Alex in sixth, Mikey, his closest challenger, in seventh, Maverick eighth, Bogrowski ninth, Michael in 10th, Fifi 11th, Showcrime in 12th, Madtrix 13th, Waza 14th, and I'll get the rest when we're on the formation lap. Always seem to run out of time. So it looks like we're going to have dry weather, at least to start. Gonna have having a little look on Discord, and I don't think there has been any mention of weather. So I think it will be dry by the looks of it for the full race, but you never know. You do never know. It can be sprung upon you. Very, very surprisingly at times. Happened a few times last week in Hungary. So, moment of truth. Who's on what tyres? Okay, interesting. 16 drivers, and top 10 obviously starting the softs they qualified on, but Fifi, Showcrime and Madtrix 13th have also decided to start on softs. Waza in the Ferrari is the first to be on mediums. Ice Streams is also put on softs, and it's Russell at the back in the Alfa Romeo, who's on mediums. Waza and Madtrix have seemingly had a coming together on the formation lap and been disqualified from it. So last night it was definitely the one stop, and it was soft to hard. That was the main strategy. Unless you were starting on the mediums, then it was medium to hard. You have got the option of a 2-stop if you've got the tyres for it. It's not the quickest way, I don't think, though, and you may be caught up in traffic, and it is so difficult to overtake. So the 1-stop really is the best strategy. You also have a possible one swap of softs to mediums as well, but you do have to take those softs a long way to make that viable. There we go, there's some of these showing up, so we can show that. So yep, soft to hard, soft medium, or medium hard is the options are available, but you never know, things could end up all in the air with strategy of safety cars incidents. So let's see what happens as the 5 lights go on. Stay on for a while, but the lights are out and away we go. And Kappa and Lord at the front. A bit wide, who's off there? It's Mad Max. It's Mad Max and Nicky are way at the back. Didn't quite catch that. Wi-Fi having an issue. Are coming together there, and it's Mad Tricks in the wall. Oh, and even more coming together there. Is it Russell that's lost the front wing? Who lost the front wing? The timing screens are going crazy, so I can't quite follow everything. They've fixed themselves, and someone definitely lost their whole front wing. Well, there's Nicky, lost half his front wing. Championship leader taking a difficult... It was Fifi lost the full front wing as well. Oh! And who was that had another incident? So the guys at the back are going to start pitting. May have missed an overtake up the front. We've still got Waza and Russell on the mediums they started with and doing quite well. Nikia in the pit. He's much further up than what that was showing. Or is it showing him further up when it shouldn't be? That's more like it. Please fix yourself, game. So we got Nailboy. He's chasing after Lure, who is actually in second place. Yeah. Oh, Kappa's had an he's managed to collect that, but he'll be moving slow, and that's going to give Lower a great run. Willie not quite getting there. Nailboy behind, and who have we got off? I think it's Fifi back off at the back. I got Nailboy now trying to get low. And the Renault, which is allowed Kappa to start pulling back away. Maverick also in the pit. Lot of incidents in that first sector, but in that first lap, but no safety car, no virtual safety car, so strategies obviously changed quite a lot at the back. Now Kappa's still pulling away. Alex is quite close to this as well, and Mickey right on there too. DRS for Mickey on Alex. Not close enough. The closing speed though is quite big. Mazza on mediums managed to avoid the carnage. at the back, unlike Ice Streams, who went off again at the back, struggling with the wheel, I believe. Nail Boy close to Lore again, but this time he will definitely have DRS. Still not close enough. Ice Stream's in the pits. Almost losing it as Neil Boy, but he managed to keep on it. Maverick. So Russell was overtaken by Mad Max. I'm assuming Russell must have made a mistake because he didn't look too close, but that's Mad Max into 9th on his softs. He's sandwiched between the two medium starters. There's now 4 guys on the mediums now. Nailboy on low. He's going to struggle to get past here. So he has to keep close enough to get the DRS, which he's done, but also close enough to actually make the DRS useful. It's not likely to happen here, as you can see. Horse just far too far ahead. Alex behind, probably having the exact same issues as same with Mickey. They're allowing Kappa to pull away. Lore moves defensively, realises he doesn't need to, goes back to the racing line and is absolutely fine. Ferrari Mickey, he's still chasing after Alex, who in turn is chasing after Nailboy as well. No, it's Nikia. Nikia's round and made a mistake at the hairpin section, so the championship leader's day is going from bad to worse, as Nailboy is still on the Renault ahead. Mazza, still going quite well in these mediums against the soft runners, considering his pace in quali. He's catching Bogrovsky quite well. Keep my eye on all the gaps to see what we can see. I think we might be able. Nope, it was just too close to the corner and not going to happen, but he's going to try and get round Lore. Lore goes deep, but doesn't really help. Overtaking Gage, but he's going to run out of ERS as Nailboy, and he does. You're not, again, going to struggle to get past here. But he is close on this DRS back straight. Is he close enough? Again, I don't think he's got enough straight to do anything with it. Nikia is up to 14th, and I think that is up to 14th. He's closing in on Fifi. I think with the pace of Nikia, it'd be good to see what sort of pace he can have to try and come back to this field. But I think, as usual, he will be struggling to get past anyone, even if you're much quicker than them. This is a track where track position is absolute paramount. but I'm sure that Nikia can do a good job. Again, keeping an eye on gaps in front. Bogrovsky is starting to pull a bit away from Waza now. Slightly surprising. So we've got overtake and DRS engaged. I think overtake's now off. Won't quite make it. I know this might be the battle for 13th right now, but I don't think the Red Bull driver will be finishing this race outside the points. In my opinion, it's gonna try. Oh, we might get the chance if he makes a mistake. Almost loses it and then puts a wheel on the grass. This will be dangerous. Yeah, he backs out of that one quite quickly. Lore must have got quite close. Alex definitely got close to Lore though, and I think he's lost a bit of front wing. Yeah, there's a bit of damage there. They all just came so close together, and that I think Mickey's managed to get away with it. Actually, no, I don't think he has. He's got damage. Mickey's got damage, and he's off. And that means Michael is through into 5th. So what's basically happened there is they got so close together that Lore's broken quickly. Oh gosh, oh my god, this is not good for Mickey. He's now got his teammate passing Waza into 7th. Mickey not in the pits. He's got Mad Max Taylor behind. He's going to try. There's no point in trying to pass on the banking. He's pretty much got it. And it's Alex who lost the front wing, and it's Mickey who lost parts of his front wing as well. Now in the pits, Mickey's got a penalty it seems, and is going for a 2-stop now. It lets Nailboy get after Kappa if he can, because he didn't get any damage. He was the guy in front. Nicky's still behind Fifi. So yeah, what happened there is they all came close in turn 1, got through that fine, but breaking into, actually there's going to be an overtake I think here, so here we go, and now Nikia gets through. Showcrime is out, though iStreams has already been, Showcrime's out in the pits, he's stopped in the pits, that's what it looks like. Waza, oh, we come on board and see Waza losing it out of the bank turn, losing his full front wing, and the safety car is out. Bog into the pits. Oh, that's the perfect timing for Bogrovsky. Safety car comes out as he's coming in for a scheduled pit stop. Waza also getting the good timing out of the safety car. Someone with a drive-through penalty. I hope it wasn't Bog. So Waza just loses it out of the bank turn into the wall, loses front wing, doesn't lose, thankfully for him. Kappa's lost it on behind the safety car. Very interesting there. Everyone obviously going to a Delta time now. And we've got Matrix, Nikia, who's serving a penalty as well. Fifi, yeah, Fifi in as well. Mediums might struggle at this point, but I think they would make it to the end. Actually, no, I'm not sure they would. Now that I think about that again. Everyone in front, at the front, has now came into the pits, and that means your race leader, I think. No, there's some people. No, let's look at the. So not race leader, but in a much stronger position than what he was in. So what we have is Kappa still leading, but with a reduced lead, and Nellboy behind. Law has managed to get lucky with the incident that he had, and he's actually back up to third. And Milo in fourth, right behind him in the Williams, with Bogorowski right there in the Red Bull. Alex, the safety cars gave him a helping hand. He's in sixth, so he'll be wanting to chase back up to where he was. So I never got to really explain what I was assuming that happened, because we only really caught the end of it. It was basically going into turn 2, 3, whatever we want to call it. I call it turn 2 because there's not much of a braking zone until then. The hairpin corner in sector 1. Just managing to clip the back of one, then the other. Who's in the pits there? Mad Max Taylor's into the pits, switching to hards, and Maverick into the pits too. I'm not sure. Nicky has crashed. Where Nicky has went off, and well, the Champions leaders went off in sector 2 just out of the hairpin. I'm gonna try and grab the front of this. Now he's disappeared, his car's disappeared now. I don't have a clue what happened there. Shame to see Nikia out of the race, but this does give his opponents a chance to catch. So Ice Streams gets closer and closer to some points, even though he's been lapped. Now I got Fifi and Matrix still catching the pack, so the safety car won't be in this lap, but I suspect it will be in the next, as it looks like they have now caught the back of the pack. Because Ice Streams is in the middle of the pack, won't be able to overtake though. So hopefully we'll be back underway at the end of this lap. Mediums can definitely make it at this point. It's just going to be a massive struggle at the end compared to what the hards would be. Mickey being on the softs guarantees he will be stopping again now. Same with Ice Streams, but he's, as I said, already a lap down. He's in the middle of this pack, so for him it's just about keeping it on track, keeping it round, and hoping other people make mistakes, crash out, whatever, to make sure that he can grab any points. Safety car is in this lap. Kappa slowing up. Some slowing up a bit much for people to realise. And we have got Waza getting a penalty for a collision with Mad Max. There was a lot of slowing down and some people maybe not braking just in time. You are absolutely allowed to do that with Pack under the safety car. Kappa gets an amazing start away. It's actually the Williams driver that's closest to making a move. Actually, Mickey has just done a move on Russell. He's doing the switch back as the Williams driver. I think he was trying it but didn't quite pay off. He might get it here. He is attempting again. Lord does a good job of kind of just blocking that off. He's now losing time to Nailboy, who is right behind Kappa now. Alex on the back of Bob Ross, he's not going to have a clear, no. No DRS for the first 2 laps after the safety car, so he'll have to get this done on his own. A much tighter line did Alex take, but yeah, Bob Ross gets but DRS, he might have actually got him there. This battle for 5th. Bog. Oh no! The Williams driver loses it. Bog almost lost it behind him. We've seen it. He loses it. Oh, slow down, Fifi. It's a virtual safety car. Oh. Again, really gotten to see that. It was almost Bogrowski that lost it. Mad Max is losing places apparently. Still a yellow flag in sector 3, but the virtual safety car is back in. Alex on Bogrowski, he's much quicker is what I can see here, but he just, again, not quite going to get past there. I just can't believe Williams driver has managed to lose it, and Bogrowski managed to keep it. It was the exact same kind of losing the back end. Bogrowski managed to keep it whilst our Williams driver lost it. Alex with a horrendous run through that corner, loses a lot of time. Okay, so that gets him off the hook. Nailboy on Kappa right behind. I think we'll look at Mickey. DRS isn't going to be enabled, not for these guys yet. Back straight. Following this one, there's another yellow flag. One, but we continue to follow this through the fast area. Mickey just not managing to get Brodsky. To go into the hair. That was a gamble, and Alex gets a bit wobbly in the back, and that's him lost his chance into this braking zone. Mickey's not quite close enough. He almost got him through the hairpin. And Mickey needs to take advantage of this, being on softs. It's just getting held back. Kappa fastest lap as it broke the DRS of Nailboy. But they're very close to each other. It's going to be Alex, I think, on Bogrowski. Yeah, it is, and he gets it done. Oh no! Mickey goes deep and hits Bogrowski. Definitely got damage himself. Bogrowski got damage. Well, we're watching Mad Max Taylor on Russell. Guess we'll see. Plaza pits, so he might have been involved incident of himself as well. He's down in 12th. I seems to hang in there. He's in 13th. Mad Max getting close to Russell now. Russell gets a better run though, so that's out of the question, I think. Russell is also closing on Bogorowski as well, who's falling further behind Alex. We shall see. Yeah, I think, yeah, Bobrovsky did get damaged from that. I think he hit the wall coming into it. Mad Max going on Russell. Russell gets a really bad run and Mad Max still makes it round. And Maverick, almost done the same as what Mickey did accidentally to Bobrovsky, but manages to slow down just in time. Russell on Mad Max Taylor, but you're not going to get back there. Maverick right behind this as well. Both run a bit wide, so this is the battle. Oh, Russell runs very wide and just opens the door for Maverick to slide right through. No need for DRS. Gets it done. Russell's got DRS of his own, but not close enough. In fact, outbreaks himself. Maverick with a lockup as well. Yellow flag, sector 2. Who's slow? Is it Ice Streams? I think it might have been Ice Streams. Kappa's now got a nearly 2-second lead. Maverick's trying to catch up with Mad Max Taylor again, still within DRS. Russell behind that move. He's now Maverick now just outside the DRS zone, so no one's actually within DRS now. Russell catching Maverick. Mad Trick's in the pit and gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. Russell struggling through the corner. Back within DRS zone, just coming up to the where he can actually use DRS as Maverick. So that's helpful, that'll keep him close, keep the battle going. Hopefully. Mad Max Taylor in front, just trying to pull away from Maverick. Mad Trick sets a 3-second time penalty, so that is Maverick is definitely closing back up. Lock up there though with Mad Max. Now up to within a 10th. I wonder if Mad Max turned up the engine modes, you know, try and pull that away. But it Mavericks came right back at him. Yellow flag in Sector 1 and Sector 2. I'm not sure who they were for. Gap still looks similar, so we're still on Maverick and Mad Max. Let's see, will it be a move for the 5th place? Not quite. Switch back. I tried to try and go around the outside, but that didn't work. We could see Mickey v Bobrovsky round 2, but Bobrovsky gets a better run for the back end of the points now. We've got Maverick closing in this flat out area again. To be close like that on the main straight, the chance of overtake into turn 1. Very close last time. And iStreams has crashed and the virtual safety car's out. Maverick puts it on the curb and goes round. Doesn't hit a wall but loses possession to Russell. So that's a shame. Maverick was really putting on the fight to Mad Max, but that one mistake loses him quite a lot of time. Because that mistake was happened during virtual safety car, his delta will be very different. He's actually coming into the pit to try and take advantage of this virtual safety car, but it's now ended, so not too much advantage. We still might get Mickey versus Bob Rossi. Fifi also in the pit. We have got it just down the main straight, overtake and DRS. This time Mickey's got it. Bogorowski realises that. We've got Fifi coming out that pit right in the middle of that. Manages to get ahead of Bogorowski, but not Mickey. Thought I'd seen a little bit of wayward there. But Alex close to Lord for the final podium position, but seems to have had, Alex seems to have had a bit of issue, but he's okay. DRS close enough for that. Mickey's still on Fifi and Bogorowski's still stuck behind. So we got round 2 and someone else coming out the pit stuck for nose. But everything fine, all 3 are still going, no issues there. Cap has managed to build a good lead at front, even with harder compound tyres. He's now got a 4.5 second lead and seems like he's going to be waltzing away with this one. But Lauren, the Renault is in no way guaranteed a podium here, with Alex right on him. Kappa fastest lap again. He's just got so much speed around the Sandavort. Alex losing a bit of time going onto the curb, going onto the final sectors. Bogorowski did get an overtake around the hairpin. He got quite close. Will he make the chance? No, he doesn't take a risk. Gets a bit on the curb, but it's still fine. No, they're not in a place where you really overtake. Just trying to keep up. We'll try and see what the Racing Point driver can do on Bogorowski. Not close enough again. But it is getting really close. This is for 9th and 10th. Disappointing for Bogorowski in the end, because he was racing right up there, 5th and 4th. Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to be risking that, I don't think. You do want to stay close though. There's a fine line. You don't want, I guess you also don't want to be caught up too much in the dirty air as well. Just like that, which will make sure that Fifi does not have a chance against Bogorowski, even with DRS and the closing speed of getting so close to the gearbox. But I think he's got a better run now. But he does make a mistake, gets a bit wayward, but saves it. Now, is he close enough for the DRS and overtake mode to make much difference? Not enough difference. Closes back in, but he's not making it there. 12 left out of the 16 starters. Lock up from Fifi. We'll go up and check out there. Should have changed the position. Didn't think there was, and I'll be right. Whoa, hold on. It looked like Fifi was having to go into that corner, but didn't quite work out. Got side by side, but had to let go of the throttle. By the seams of it. That could have been an almighty shunt. If not, it could have been one of the best overtakes we'll see this year. Alex, right in the back of Laura, to this fast part of the track again. Getting right close up. I think we can see at this point Alex is quicker, he just can't find the pass. He's off. It's a Haas, so I think it's a Haas, so it must be Matrix. Yeah, Matrix is losing time to Fifi in front. It's already way behind, but we're focusing on this. Alex has got so much speed and gets round. Laura's forced almost onto the curb, but he's still on track. There's still enough room there. But yeah, Alex manages to get past and up into the podium position. Laura will be wanting to chase after him as quickly as possible to get his podium back if he can. Here's where we find out just how quick Alex is, and whether or not being behind Laura's cost him maybe a further place. So this is for the final points playing possession. As Bogrovsky got past Waza. Sorry, it was a fight with Fifi he was on. Waza got past Fifi. Oh, right, now I can see why. Use my eyes. Fifi pitted for softs. And I was right, Mad Max is off again. Matrix is off again. So we got Fifi going for Waza. Waza dips wheel on grass. He's going to try and catch back up to Bogrovsky. Bogrovsky's lost 10. Oh! I guess a different braking point there for Waza, and Fifi loses a bit of his front wing, I'm pretty sure. But still has the pace on Waza and makes it rather easily past. Locks up though with the damaged front wing. Waza goes into the exit of the pit lane, thank goodness someone was coming out. Yeah, Fifi definitely struggling now with losing that bit of the front wing. Let me go up the top as Nailboy pits for softs with 6 laps to go. That's certainly given up his second place, so Alex is now in. I'm very surprised at that late call, or was that always the plan? Waza side by side touching, these two fighting over the last place. Waza gets past with Fifi's damaged wing, tries an overtake, that wasn't going to happen. but Waza did go on the gravel a bit there. He's just going to pull away now. If he's got damage, if he won't pit because of how late it is, he's not exactly going to lose a place at this point. You might just hope there's another DNF or pitters in front, which we already seen surprisingly. So now we've got Maverick getting caught by Mickey. Again, Maverick was having a better time of it earlier until he spun under the virtual safety car. I think Mikey almost lost it, but Svein is still chasing after Maverick on Saw. I think he might be able to catch four. And then if he can get back four. I get the fastest lap of the race now. I'm very surprised at late hit. We're on Mickey in the Ferrari, chasing after Maverick. Nailboy, as I am not surprised, sets the fastest lap. Mickey's got the pace on Maverick. Maverick walks up, Mickey gets on the curb, but he's fine. It's just so much quicker now with these mediums, and he's going to get the job done. Let's just see how easily, quite easily, Maverick tries a bit of a switchback move, but just ends up dropping in behind. Russell closing in, but it's Nailboy we've got to look at, coming back through the podium, or at least that's what he's trying to do, after pitting late for softs. He's got that extra point for fastest lap, which I think he'll be keeping. Lord goes deep, manages to keep it. Oh my goodness, Nailboy almost lost it. Oh, that would have been devastating for him. But he's managed to keep it, managed to catch that time up very quickly to Lore, and likelihood of all likelihood, this is going to be another overtake into turn 1. And yes, it is quite easily done because of the compound tyre difference. And now he's got a 3-second gap to make up on Alex. I mean, Cap has won this one, there's nothing really to say there. He's got Waza, I think, behind him, he's just lapped. Now we'll keep an eye on Maverick. Yeah, Nailboy's pulling away from Lore, who is going to miss out on a podium as it stands with just a few laps to go. Maverick just fell out the DRS, his 9-lap-old softs probably starting to struggle a bit now compared to the medium runner Mickey in front. Runs that curb wide, almost onto grass, but manages to keep it, but that will have lost some time. And the lock up into the hairpin also lost him time. We also have Russell catching, or maybe not catching, but around Mad Max Taylor. Let's see if he can actually mount any sort of challenge there. Nailboy almost within 2 seconds. But let's see if Kappa had just another, let's say, 3 or 4 second lead, he'd have a free pit stop to smack on softs. and get that fastest lap point, but unfortunately I don't think he's quite got the gap to do that for himself. Yeah, Maverick's now starting to fall behind the pace and isn't quite going to make it. Mickey looks like set for 7th. Hellboy surprisingly hasn't. Russell having his own issues there and losing time to Mad Max. Hellboy surprisingly, once he got under 2 seconds, not catching as much, saying that he's now at 1.5 seconds. Now he's closing out on Alex and the McLaren ahead, so we'll see exactly how well he can get. He's almost within DRS now. Just outside. Did he make the detection point? Yes, he did make the detection point, so he's gonna get DRS, which will help him stay close. Gotta keep an eye on this. Cap has started his final lap without any worries at all from anyone for most of the race. The only thing he really had to do was get the beginning done, the start of the race, and then the safety car restart, and he'd done them perfectly and hasn't lost the lead. This has been the literal lights to flag victory. Want to see Kappa crossing the line, but we really want to see this to the death. It's not going to be close enough actually. He's really closed in just in those couple of corners. Let's watch Kappa come to the line. And here he comes, winning by 19 seconds. It is Kappa and the AlphaTauri. Hellboy seems to have lost time through there at the final, at the beginning of the 3rd sector, which will help Alex claim 2nd place after Hellboy's late. But Hellboy takes 2nd place due to penalties, so Alex is in 3rd, Lord in 4th, Mad Max coming through now. He's coming through and he will take 5th place. Mickey in 7th. Russell actually jumps Mad Max on penalties into 5th. Mickey, I said 7th. Not 8th. Maverick 7th. Waz has already finished in 10th. He must have got lapped. So the final car coming round to claim 2 points is Bog Roski, as Mad Tricks just finished. That was an entertaining race that kept us on our toes throughout, and I think some drivers will probably be disappointed with their final results, and some will be very happy with their final results, as it quite often is the case. We get to see Kappa taking a selfie there. Nice victory, commanding win. Ended up I think around 17 seconds because of penalties changing some things around. So I think overall, again, fantastic race. Hellboy with the fastest lap, putting on the sauce in the end. Actually kind of did work because of the penalties for Alex, got him back up to 2nd place and that extra point for fastest lap. Kappa wins, Nell Boy in second, Alex third, Lore fourth, even though he was running podium for so long. Russell managed to get up to fifth, Mad Max sixth, Maverick seventh, Mickey eighth, Bogorowski ninth. He ended up losing quite a lot of time to Mickey after being basically battling for most of the race. Waza grabs a point for himself and Ferrari. VV dropped to 11th, and Mad Tricks, the final finisher, in 12th. iStream Smurfo, the championship leader Nikia, and Show Crime not finishing. I'm going to quickly make a look at the standings. If I can. So results will obviously dent Nikia. Mickey doesn't take full advantage, and I actually think from results it would be good for Lower, since I'm back up the table. Waza with a victory will hey, look, I think he may jump into second place from his 7th, if not I think 3rd for sure. Sorry, it wasn't Waza, it was Kappa. Yeah, I think he'll be up at 2nd and 3rd from 23 points. Nell Boy with a great result too will jump his way up the standings, but I think that definitely leaves Nikia still in first, but with a reduced lead to some people that were a bit further behind to begin with. But again, what a race, and hopefully next time out at Spa, Belgium, we'll be getting an even better race, because this week's racing has been fantastic, and we're still seeing overtaking even with how difficult it is at Zandvoort. So hopefully with an easier track to overtake at in Belgium Spa next week, we'll see even better racing, which is saying a lot considering how good the racing has been. But that's me for tonight, and I hope to see you again next week. See you then.